Welcome back, everyone. This is Austin Revel right here at 2F by C Tactical. Just kind of bringing you some quick thoughts on this Nicolás Maduro situation from Venezuela. And I have some thoughts on it, but we aren't going to really get into the political thoughts because that's not what we do on this channel. But we do talk about gun rights, and something happened that I have never honestly heard of, and it is kind of nuts, and that is not me defending the guy. But we'll get into it right after this. First, please like, comment, subscribe. Really appreciate all you guys tuning in, and we're going to keep the content flowing. I mean, a lot happened over the holiday season, and of course, we got SHOT Show coming up in a couple weeks. So things are coming fast and furious. We're going to do our best to keep up with all of it. Now, when it gets into the Nicolás Maduro arrest, you know, there's the American part of me that's like, yep, we went and did it, and we did it with no casualties, and we can do that. That's really awesome. And then there's the legal side of things, and this is where I want to talk about as it pertains to gun rights in the United States. Nicolás Maduro was charged under the National Firearms Act. He was charged for violation of the National Firearms Act when it comes to destructive device and machine gun possession. And to me, that's absolutely nuts. I can't. You know, we're not going to get into my opinions necessarily on the raid and all that itself, but to charge a foreign leader, whether they're legitimate or not, a foreign national that has never lived in the United States under our gun laws from the National Firearms Act in 1934 is nuts. I'm sorry, it's nuts. It shows why this law should go away. The comp to this would be the UK comes in and arrests me and brings me back to the UK and charges me under their online hate speech laws. That is the equivalent here, which I've never lived in the UK. I've never even been to the UK. I don't fall underneath UK laws. You know, I'm an American, and I'm exempt from those laws because I live here. And the idea that the president of a country, any country, name it, can be charged under illegal machine gun possession when he could set his own rules is nuts. And again, shows you that the National Firearms Act is not used in good faith. And it's never used in good faith. I mean, I know for a fact, and I'm not going to name sources here, I know for a fact that there has been 6 machine gun cases in Minnesota involving gangsters that the ATF declined to pursue. But they would go after you and me for having a pistol brace when they were trying to reclassify those as SBRs, right? And that's the great evilness of the National Firearms Act. And there's really no other word to describe the evil. It's evil. The National Firearms Act is used only when they want to use it against the people they want to use it against. The criminals get the weaponry that's on there regardless. It doesn't matter. And then when it comes to you and I, we slip up in a little bit over something that's ambiguous, or they change their mind on reclassifying things, or they completely misinterpret law when it comes to, say, FRTs and stuff like that. Regardless of what it is, then they go after me and you with alacrity that we can't escape from. And that is just not the way. That's not the way that laws are supposed to work. Laws are supposed to work in the sense that it's easy for you and I, Mr. and Mrs. Taxpayer, can understand and can maintain, and it's also supposed to be written and implied in a way that's equal to everyone, which means that it doesn't matter who you are or what you are, everything's applied always the same all the time, and that's just not the way it's used. So when you look at the fact that they just slapped the president of Venezuela, which again, I'm not saying he's legitimate or anything like that. The guy's an evil dictator. I have no problem saying any of that. They slapped him with National Firearms Act violations is absolutely nuts. I'm sorry. It needs to be said. That's just one of those things that you just scratch your head and go, what are you guys thinking? That doesn't make any sense. Please like, comment, subscribe. I just had to give you an update on that. When I was reading the indictment, it was just like, wow, okay, I've never heard of anyone being charged like this. El Chapo, for instance, wasn't charged under the National Firearms Act, just to put it out there. I mean, of course, there's other charges you can go after somebody for, whether it be drug trafficking, so on and so forth. Just the fact that you would tack this on is just really odd to me. But anyway, guys, it's just one of those interesting things that happen, that you go, our fight against the National Firearms Act will continue here at 2FIC and hopefully everywhere else. And you should go support all those that fight against it, like Gun Owners of America, FPC, Firearm Policy Coalition, or wow, I said FPC twice. Look at there, NAGR, so on and so forth. But you know, really, really shows you how it's actually used by the feds, and it's just kind of willy-nilly whenever they want, which is when it should, any law should go away. If you can use it willy-nilly whenever you want and it's not applied equally, then it is not a law. It's something disguised as a law to bring policy down upon the citizenry, and we need to end that. So please like, comment, subscribe. If you agree with us, the National Firearms Act is unconstitutional, should go away, please drop a comment. We'd love to hear from you. We got more coming to you guys. So excited to bring the next couple of videos to you guys. We look forward to hearing from you.